will not play tomorrow night. He tried it in California today. He still has some discomfort in putting pressure on the leg. So he will not join his teammates tomorrow. Hopefully he'll be available by Tuesday when we come home to face the Warriors. Starting lineup for Portland: Valentine and Jim Paxton in the backcourt. Sam Bowie will start at center. Clyde Drexler and Michael Thompson will start at the forward spot. Clyde being introduced right now, and from Minnesota, Michael Thompson. They didn't have a rebound the other night in Atlanta, and hopefully he'll have some tonight. And they didn't play well. As a matter of fact, it was a horrible affair down there, and everybody knows it, let alone the coaching staff. And Jack said it on the pregame show, Jeff, that this team has a lot of pride, and he feels they're going to have a much better performance tonight.
Well, anytime you come in and play one of the two best teams in the NBA or one of the top teams, you want to play your best against the best. You want to play your best all the time, but certainly when you're coming off a poor performance, it's a challenge to go out and play against a Larry Bird, somebody that's supposedly one of the greatest players of all time, because I guarantee you, every player down there, they want to be the best also, and maybe they don't play that way every night, but I would agree. I think that the Blazers will come out and play tough, play hard, and give the Celtics a real battle here tonight.
Robert Parrish will be in the middle. Ainge and Dennis Johnson at guard. Here's Kevin McHale, one of the premier players in our league, and the premier player, Larry Bird. Bird, McHale, Parrish, Ainge, and Dennis Johnson. The officials tonight are Tommy Nunez and Bennett Salvatore. Boy, what a duo that is for this Friday night. By the way, we want to say hello to all the folks who are gathered right now. They're on Sandy Boulevard at J.T. Behringer's, okay? You folks out there tuned our way tonight, have a whale of a time. Cross your fingers or anything else that you can cross, and let's see what the Blazers are able to do tonight. Michael Thompson goes out to midcourt. Gets the ball from Tommy Nunez, flips it over to Sam Bowie. Rest of our crew tonight: Brian Matthews is our network coordinator. Dave Powers is our producer-engineer high above the garden floor tonight. And Dave Cloris will be our statistician, and our producer is John Spolstra. Now the Celtics take the floor. We are above the Trailblazer bench, down below us and high above the garden floor. Everybody shaking hands, and we're about ready to get this one underway. Sam Bowie and the Blazers moving left to right from our vantage point. He'll jump it up against Parrish. Nunez will toss the ball in the air. He does. It goes to Ainge, even though Sam got the tip. Ainge to Dennis Johnson. Back over to Danny Ainge. To Bird in the guard-forward exchange. Clyde up on Bird. Now to Parrish. Posted up. Bowie there. Over to Danny Ainge. Valentine on him. Taking a look for McHale. There he is. Turns around. Fade away. Iron. That's all. Paxson the rebound. So the Celtics fail to score. Paxson on the drive to the right side. Dennis Johnson on him. They need good ball movement. Drexler, Valentine. Over to Michael Thompson. Going to challenge McHale. Kick it back to Bowie from outside. Yes, he put it down. Michael Thompson. Sam Bowie and the Blazers are on the scoreboard. Dennis Johnson quickly back the other way. Medium low post to Parrish. Will he back in on Sam? He's going to try. Oh, he traveled. It wasn't called. He's got iron. Rebound. Drexler. He leaped for that. Put it on the floor ahead to Paxton. Back to the drive. Alley-oop to Bowie. And it's 4-0. Blazers lead.
Well, Sam Bowie just beats Robert Parrish down the court. A nice lob pass right to the rim by Jim Paxton, and it was a dunk.
To Parrish, he tried to get it to McHale, which he did, but he was shoved in the back by Michael Thompson. Michael picks up his first personal foul.
Well, the Celtics in their half-court offense will look to get the ball into the post every time and then kick it out if there's any help.
Ainge with the ball from Bird after the inbound play. Valentine up tight on him. Out on top to Parrish. Swinging around to the cutter who was Bird around the pick. Going to shoot from outside. He's got iron, that's all. Michael Thompson the rebound. Michael to Clyde, freelance, and all the way fouled by Dennis Johnson. Nice little move. He sort of faked to his right, went to his left, and committed Dennis.
Well, Clyde looking to push the ball up the court. Nice crossover dribble out at the midcourt area. Gets the angle on Dennis Johnson. Starts to take it to the hole, and Johnson just puts the body into it.
After the inbound play to Valentine. Round the top of the circle to the right side. Danny Ainge on the Blazers lead 4-0 over to Paxton. They screen. He decides to drive. He wanted to give it up, and right there in the middle was Dennis Johnson. Probably should have taken the shot or attempted. Ainge back to Dennis. Top of the circle, right side, inside to Parrish. And Parrish, as he dished off to Bird, was fouled.
Well, they're going to give him a 2-shot foul. I thought,
look at Jack down below. What do you mean they're going to give him a 2-shot foul?
That was Darnell Valentine reaching in there. I thought he saved a sure 2 points there.
Exactly. Look at Jack. The free throw is not good by Parrish. It's still 4-0. That's a terrible call. Sending it to the line. 76% shooter. Parrish second free throw. There it is. And it's 4-1. Blazers lead. Bowie inbounds quickly to Valentine. Pushing the ball up the floor, down to the right wing. Switches out on top to Michael. Lane is open. Nobody there. Out to Drexler from outside. He's not going to get this one. Danny Ainge, the rebound, his first of the night. Ainge to the Cyclops in midcourt. Continues on foul on extended left side. Inside to Parrish. Dropped the ball. There's Paxson. We got a 4-on-2. Over to Clyde to Paxson. He tried to get it back to Clyde. There was Dennis. And Drexler steals the ball away. Drexler to Michael Thompson. Put it on the floor over McHale. Scores.
Well, that's just a super effort that time by Clyde Drexler. He comes up behind Dennis Johnson, and he never sees him. And then another nice lob to the rim.
Here's a steal on a pass for Bird, Drexler, Valentine. Drexler over to Paxson. They score. And it's now 8-1. And K.C. Jones is going to call a full timeout or a 20-second timeout. No, it's a full timeout. We're down to 9 minutes, 30 seconds remaining to be played in the opening period. And it's Portland 8, the Celtics 1. Back in a moment.
Your usual, sir.
Thank you, James.
Chateau de Frontenac, 1983. Salade à la vinaigrette avec moutarde.
Avec moutarde.
Chateaubriand for 2 a little later.
Oh, Peter, you're so sophisticated.
And would you care for your Oregon Doubler lottery ticket now or with dessert?
Oh, now, James.
Lottery ticket?
Here you are, sir.
Thank you, James.
Peter, what are you doing?
I'm playing Oregon Lottery's exciting new game, Oregon Doubler.
Here?
Of course here. I can't wait to see if I win. You see, you just scratch right here.
Peter!
I can win from free tickets to $25,000 instantly. Or, if I match 2 numbers and get a little star, I can double my winnings to $50,000. Maybe get a chance at the jackpot.
I'm so embarrassed.
Will you be embarrassed if I win, buy you a huge diamond, and take you on a Caribbean cruise?
Oh, Peter, you're so sophisticated.
Sean's, how about a loan? I need some new threads for our road trips.
You must have been talking to Twardzik. Well, no more loans, Petrie. All I give is free advice. And the best advice for you is to head to Far West Federal Bank for a personal credit line.
How does that help?
Simple, Petrie. Once you qualify for Far West Personal Credit Line, you can write yourself a loan for anything, anytime. Plus, you choose the amount from $1,000 to $10,000.
That's great advice, Sean's. Far West is the place to go for a personal loan.
Far West, an insured savings institution.
1.5 minutes remaining to be played in the first period. Portland out on top 8-1. Their transition game and their inside game, and they're just the pack in the middle has been sensational so far.
Well, a couple great early steals by Clyde Drexler, and then some good passes on the break by Clyde. The defense is really doing it. Key in the break. The Celtics are trying to force the ball inside to Parrish, but some good help. And then the Blazers are busting out of there, getting some good opportunities.
All right, Celtics have the ball. Parrish from Dennis Johnson, right of the circle, over to Dennis. Paxson on to get it to Bird. Turns around, takes the shot, scored, fouled. Well, that's the first time they've gone to the big guy tonight. And Bird is fouled by
foul was on number 22.
Clyde Drexler.
Well, Larry Bird at 6'9", and Clyde Drexler at 6'6", 6'7". They're going to look to try and post him up. It's going to be important that Clyde get around and try and front him when he gets down in the low post.
3-point play by Larry Bird, and it's 8-4. Score has been cut in half. Paxson, DeBuy, swinging around to Clyde. Back out to Valentine. Gets by Ainge. Goes inside. Bigger man Parrish has him. Gets it over to Michael. Palm ball is no good. Parrish, the rebound, Boston. To Danny Ainge. Cross court to Dennis Johnson, guard to guard. Dennis looks to Bird from behind. He's back to the basket. Put it up, it didn't go. Bowie the rebound to Valentine. Valentine alley-oop to Clyde. Spun it off the glass. No good. Michael Thompson, offensive rebound. Put it up and in. Stepped in front of McHale. I thought McHale got him, but Tommy Nunes says no. But the Blazers get 2 out of it. It's 10-4 Blazers lead. To Parrish from Dennis Johnson. Posted up. Back out to Bird. Fakes. Foul line area, bounce pass to Dennis Johnson, driving the baseline, hit his knees, 1 out of bounds.
Well, that was a nice pass by Bird, just a little too hard. Jim Paxson right there. It was not an easy catch by any means, and a turnover for the Celtics.
Valentine brings the ball out of the Blazer backcourt. to Clyde, looking inside. Now Sam turns around and pops that baby. He's had one from way outside and one from the foul line area. He's got a total of 4 points in the game. And it's now 12-4. It's another 8-point lead. Dennis Johnson, Ainge. Back out to Bird to McHale. Ball batted away by Paxson. Valentine gets by Johnson. Valentine all the way, hands to Bowie. He rammed it home. Yes, sir. Sam with 8 points in the ball game. And the Blazers have their biggest lead at 14-4.
Blazers just running right past the Celtics. So at this point, 4-on-2 that time on the break. Sam Bowie with a dunk.
Second time we've had a 4-on-2 break. Here's Bird, stepped inside the three-point area and cans that baby. He faked Clyde. Clyde breaks, long pass to him, in he goes, banks it off the glass and down over Dennis Johnson. It's 16-6, Blazers lead. 7.5 minutes to go. Dennis Johnson on the stutter drive, up the middle he goes. His shot blocked. Going to be on Bowie. Bowie blocked the shot, but the foul before.
The foul was on number 14.
It's on Darnell Valentine reaching in.
I was just going to say, Sam Bowie made a great block on that ball coming from the weak side. Darnell Valentine also in there trying to draw the charge. Just doesn't quite get position. That's a tough break because that was a super block by Sam Bowie.
Dennis Johnson at the free throw line. And misses the free throw. They are almost an 80% shooting team at the free throw line. And Dennis Johnson, 85%er, but he misses the free throw. And second free throw is down to make it 16-7. Blazers have had two 10-point leads. Valentine takes his time, popping out. Paxson turns, shoots, no good. Rebound. Bowie and Parrish. Nobody could hang on to it. Dennis Johnson had it and stepped out of bounds. Into the far corner. Bird was there, and they could not control the ball. And the Blazers get the ball in front court.
Well, sometimes it's just the little things that keep you in there. Sam Bowie was after that ball and forced it to the sideline where the Celtics couldn't control it.
Swinging around to Clyde, inside to the cutter Paxson. What a beautiful play. And from high above the garden floor, it looked even better. 18-7, that's the score. Blazers lead. Here's a 20-second timeout called by the Boston Celtics. So we're down to 7 minutes and 2 seconds remaining to be played in the opening period. It is 18-7 Portland.
Well, the Blazers are just playing a flawless game up to this point. Excellent execution in the half-court offense. The last possession, Jim Paxson on a little curl down the lane and a super pass from Clyde Drexler for just an easy basket. And then the transition game, all the right passes, really pushing the ball. Everyone busting out of there once the Blazers get possession, and it's just been a great effort so far.
Portland 9 for 13, and the Celtics are 2 of 7. Boston 2 for 7 from the field, and Portland 9 for 13 to this point, and they have an 11-point lead, 18-7. Boston will have the ball in 19 seconds on the shot clock. Bird inbounds to Danny Ainge, back to Larry Bird, three-point area. Clyde up on him, now to postman Parrish, swinging around to Johnson, over to Ainge, back out to Dennis, now inside to McHale, back over to Bird, fakes, 3-second violation, they overpassed, and they turn it over. And it's turnover number 6 for Boston. Valentine with the ball, over the midcourt line here at the Garden. Drexler back to Valentine. Danny Ainge got a hand in the way and tipped it out of bounds.
Well, I'll tell you, Clyde Drexler that time tried to throw a sucker pass on Danny Ainge, and it almost got through there.
Inbound to Clyde, 15-footer no good, gets his own rebound, turns around, and lost control of the ball. Ainge was on him, and he spun around to the pivot of the ball out of his hand. Here come the Celtics, led by Dennis Johnson. Johnson to Bird, going to drive in traffic underneath the McHale. Super pass by Bird. He was surrounded by Trailblazers and magnificently fed McHale, and he popped it down for 2. Bowie from Valentine inside of Paxson. Hook shot with the right hand. Good. Blazers get it back. They lead 20-9. Paxson was 7 points in the game. Now we have a whistle at the other end. Jack up off his perch, wanting to know what it is. Got a foul.
Was on number 31.
Bowie, a little post-up situation with Parrish down low. Here he comes, folks. He's wearing number 5. He's coming in for Robert. He will come in for Robert Parrish. But Blazers are over the limit, and Parrish is going to go to the free throw line, and then Bill Walton will be checking in for the first time tonight. Robert Parrish at the line for 2 free throws. And misses. That's his second miss at the line, isn't he? He is 1 for 3 at the line. 1 for 3. It's still 20-9. Will it be 20-10? It is 20-10. Parrish with 2 free throws. Blazers have the ball inbound to Michael. Over to Paxson. They're playing much better than they did in Atlanta. Paxson follows his interference, goes to the foul line, over to Bowie, back to Jimmy, going to shoot from 19. He doesn't get it. Up for the rebound. Bird took it away from Drexler. Ahead to Ainge. Ainge on the drive on the left wing. Now to Dennis. Goes to the foul line. Hit. Dennis Johnson from Ainge to make it 20-12. Drexler on a fast drive. Puts on the brakes. Put it up. No good. Should have waited. Johnson the rebound. Here come the Celtics again. Johnson with Paxson on him. Goes baseline. Fadeaways. Got it. Back-to-back buckets by Dennis Johnson. He's got 5 in the game. Long pass on the left front court to Paxson. 20-14. Blazers lead. Paxson, a bounce pass to Michael. Will he back in on McHale? He's going to try. Turns around. Right-handed hook shot. It stayed. There's the Boston bounce for you. In Boston, too.
That's a tough shot. He shot that right in McHale's face.
He's got 6 points. Bird, Ainge, McHale inside, blocked, Bowie. No, they're going to call goaltending.
Well, you can be sure that the Celtics are going to try and get that ball inside every single time down the court, either to McHale or Parrish or Bird, and then just work off of whoever gets it.
Jack argues the call again. Paxson, Valentine underneath for Michael Thompson, off his hands, out of bounds. And we're going to have ourselves a timeout. A timeout is called with 5 minutes, 3 seconds remain. Look at Jack. He's at midcourt now. 5 minutes, 3 seconds remaining to be played in the first period. It's 22-16. Portland will be back in just a moment.
Hey, buddy, look out.
Pardon. Excuse me. I'm very sorry. Excuse me. Oh, sorry. Well, golly, Bob, howdy. Hey, everybody, look who's here. It's Vernon. Burns, how did you get seat B37? Well, I got seat B36, season tickets. Just think, Vern, all season, side by side. And since you got a new Ford from your Northwest Ford dealer, we can ride to the games together. Now, don't that sound like fun? Oh, was that your hot dog, Vern? Sorry, it was just sitting there on the seat and... Is that a big orange? Imagine yourself leading the fast break in a sleek new Ford from your Northwest Ford dealer. Put yourself behind the wheel of the aerodynamic Thunderbird with those quick turning moves, or streak down the lane in a slippery new front-wheel drive tempo. See your Northwest Ford dealer today and tell them you want to go a little one-on-one.
Side by side. Now, don't that sound like fun? Know what I mean?
These days, businesses are offering a new employee benefit, good health. They're helping people to control their weight, to give up smoking, and to get regular exercise. Because the better shape employees are in, the more healthy a company can be. To get a wellness program running in your business, call us at Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Oregon. Because everyone knows a little exercise is one good way to avoid problems. 9 times out of 10.
5:03 to go in the first period. Portland 11 for 18 from the floor, and the Celtics are 6 for 11, and Portland leading 22-16. Boston 4 for 7 at the free throw line. The Blazers have yet to go there. Bill Walton in the ball game for the Boston Celtics. Ainge brings the ball over the timeline down below us on the Garden floor. Ainge taking a look. Bolton cuts through. Bird pops out far side. Going to back in on Clyde. He does. Inside up with the left hand. Bounces it around. No good. Ball came off the iron to Ainge, to Walton, over to McHale. Wants it at the foul line, and that's wide.
Well, he's deadly from there. And that time a second shot by the Celtics. And McHale has a wide-open 15-footer, and he can bury that one.
It's only a 4-point Blazer lead now. Clyde brings the ball over the midcourt line. Hands back to Valentine, being chased by Ainge, and Darnell goes all the way. And Bird was there along with Walton, and they blocked the shot, and the ball went out of bounds. It's going to be Portland's ball. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Paxson put it on the floor for Sam. To Darnell, left of the circle. Alley-oop intended for Clyde. Leaps for it, stops, shoots, and put it down. Tough shot. It was going to be the alley-oop. It was a little bit too high and too far, but he corralled it in the air with one hand and got 2 out of it anyway. Pass to Bird, almost picked off by Clyde, but he gets it to Walton. Hook shot, partially blocked by Bowie, and then Bowie grabs the rebound. To Valentine, down the floor to Clyde, over to Paxson, around Bird, and he goes doesn't go. Excellent play, wouldn't stay. McHale the rebound to Danny Ainge. Blazers lead 24-18. DeWalton to Dennis Johnson. Around the McHale pick. Double teamed into the corner to Danny Ainge. He lets it fly. Splat.
Well, good passing that time by the Celtics. The Blazers with a little too much help defensively, and he had all day to put that one up there.
Yeah, he hesitated for a moment, too, before he took the shot. Here's Clyde. Hands back to Darnell. Darnell looks left, goes right, hands over to Clyde again. Bird on him, reaching in, starts to drive out to Darnell. He's got the Boston bounce again, and down it went.
Well, the Blazers worked on that play today. Clyde penetrating, and then the other players spacing up, just looking for the dish off.
Here's Walton from Bird, turns around, fade away, air ball, threw it up, pressured by Portland. Michael Thompson to Clyde, down the floor to Bowie, shoots over Walton, doesn't stay, no good. Bird the rebound, kicked it off to the right wing to Ainge. 2:55 to go. Ainge, Dennis Johnson. Then he goes high up the glass. No good. Michael Thompson the rebound. And then we got a loose ball foul.
Was on number 32, Kevin McHale.
Well, Michael
And that's
Thompson
going to be on Kevin McHale. Go ahead.
Michael Thompson's really going to the boards well in this game. Both the offensive, good block out that time on McHale, tries to come over his back and just picks up the foul.
Caldwell Jones checks into the Blazer lineup along with the rookie Terry Porter.
Replacing Sam Bowie.
Drexler back over to Valentine. Now to Terry. Goes inside. Hands to Clyde. Bird on him. Double team. Going to take the shot. Clothesliner, and he puts it down. Clyde over Larry Bird. He's got 6 in the game. 28-20. Blazers lead. Ainge. Bird fakes. Double team. Puts it up. Slips in between Caldwell Jones and Clyde Drexler and manages to score anyway. And Larry Bird was 7 in the game. 28-22, Blazers lead. The 2-minute mark coming up. Clyde gives it up to the guard, Darnell Valentine, in front of the Celtic bench. And he goes baseline, kicks it out to Caldwell, should go, and it does. Caldwell Jones. Here's McHale, a long pass down the floor, intended for Bird, picked off by Caldwell. Oh, did he get back on D? To Porter, back to Darnell. Darnell hesitates left of the circle, over to Clyde. Bird is on him, going to shoot from outside. 2 more. Twice in a row over Larry Bird.
He's just shooting it right in his face that time. Larry Bird didn't even put a hand up, and Clyde buried it.
Here's McHale inside, and he drops one down. They work it in the green paint to him, and McHale has 8 in the game. Drexler with 8 points in the game. It's 32-24. Scoring machine here tonight. Blazers lead. Minute 25. Porter starts to drive. Put it behind him to Caldwell Jones, too. What a pass. Terry Porter starts to drive. You put the ball behind him, and CJ was there. He's got 4 in the game. 34-24. Portland by 10. A whistle at the other end. That's going to be on
Foul was on number 30.
Terry Porter. Porter picks up the foul, and Dennis Johnson's going to go to the free throw line. How about that pass by Terry Porter, huh?
Well, just a great blind pass, but both Parrish and Walton both helping out so much on defensively that Caldwell Jones and Sam Bowie earlier have gotten just wide open shots from 14 and 15 feet, and both Sam and Caldwell have buried them.
Celtics lineup replacing Kevin McHale.
Free throw by Dennis Johnson. Good. He's got 5 points.
Kersey has replaced Clyde Drexler for Portland.
And Greg Kite in the ball game for the Celtics. Dennis Johnson's second free throw is good. He's got 6 points. And it's now 34-26. Jerome Kersey in the ball game for Portland. With a minute coming up to go. Valentine going to drive on Ainge. Takes him baseline. Stops. Shoots. Puts up the rainbow. Was in the hopper and out. No good. Bill Walton the rebound. Hands to Bird. Back to Dennis Johnson. Over the midcourt line here at the Garden in Boston tonight. Another capacity crowd. 232 of them. Bird over for Dennis Johnson as he got the ball. He's fouled from behind by Terry Porter.
Was on number 30.
Celtics still with just 2 team fouls. Blazers have been over the limit for a long time. Dennis Johnson goes back to the free throw line. 6 points. 34-26. That's the score. Blazers lead. 52 seconds to go. Free throw is good. 14,890. Another capacity house here at Boston Garden.
The Blazers have done a great job of getting back defensively. The Celtics will send one player whose ever man shoots the ball many times will take off and try and cherry pick. Blazers have done a great job of covering up on that, intercepted a couple long passes.
Dennis Johnson making 2 free throws. It's 34-28, Portland leading. Valentine takes a little time, goes to the left of the circle. Slicing through is Terry Porter. Bird on him. They try and get it to Michael. Picked off by Bird. He's on the floor and try to flip it ahead to Danny Ainge. And Terry Porter was there, and he and the ball went out of bounds. Excellent effort by Larry Bird. He's everywhere. He'll dive for anything that moves. 34-28. Walton back from Dennis Johnson. Tried to get it back. Tipped to the side. Runs it down. And Dennis Johnson with the ball again. Going to back in on Porter. And we got an illegal defensive warning against Portland.
Has been called on Portland.
And that was on Darnell Valentine, says Tommy Nunez.
Well, Jack Ramsey, he's out on the court again. He just doesn't understand what that call is that time. And it looked to me like all three Portland defenders were outside of the lane area, and I don't blame him for being upset.
Now it's going to be a technical in the last minute of play in the period.
Technical foul was on the
And
Trailblazers because the illegal defense occurred in the last 24 seconds.
Last 24, to be more precise, not necessarily in the last minute. But the free throw was missed. So Bird will inbound along the side. They'll play the clock down for the final shot of the quarter. It's 34-29. 34-29, that's the score. Dennis Johnson, bounce pass to Ainge, looking for Walton. Gonna back in on Caldwell, takes him inside. No, he traveled with the ball, says Tommy Nunez. All big guys do anyway.
Took a couple extra little steps there.
And they finally called it. The inbound to Terry Porter, and he dribbled the ball off his leg. Pressured in midcourt by Bird and Dennis Johnson. Now there are 2 seconds remaining. Celtics get the ball back. Walton will inbound. Will he get a shot away? The inbound to Bird. He fakes, drive, puts it up at the horn. Wow, that almost went in. And he had lasers all over him. But the quarter is over. And the score after one reads Portland 34, the Celtics 29, and we'll be Boston. Jerry Seasting is also in. Seasting, 6'1" guard out of Purdue. Formerly with Indiana. Free agent. Then made the deal, and he's a Celtic. Coulter, Caldwell Jones around the top of the circle, the far corner to Porter. Porter to Jerome in the circle. McHale on a bounce pass to Caldwell. Starts to drive, foul. Walton.
Well, Caldwell Jones just takes Bill Walton to the baseline that time. Just absolutely beats him, gets the angle. Walton, he's got a big frown on his face, but there's no question that was a foul.
Sam on the pines with 2 personal fouls, and Caldwell doing a nice job. Porter with the ball to C.J. Way out to the left side of the circle, over to Jerome. Going to make a move on Scotty Wedman, who's in the ball game. They get it to Kenny Carr. Turns around over Walton, up with the right hand. Doesn't score. He was hammered all over the place, and there is no whistle. Here's Seasting on the drive, and Coulter picks him up. And Coulter with a kickball. Stuck out his leg.
Trailblazers, Celtics ball.
Celtics will inbound in front court. Wedman, Seasting, Ainge, Greg Kite, and Bill Walton. That's the Celtic lineup. Scotty will inbound to Danny Ainge. Porter on Danny Ainge, playing with 2 fouls now to Seasting. Swinging around the top of the circle to Wedman. Excellent outside shooter. He's not going to get this one. Rebound, Caldwell. That's his second of the game. Head to Coulter. Coulter on the drive. Dishes off to Jerome. Jerome to Kenny Carr. Right of the circle. Taking a look for the cutter. He was there, but he put it on the floor for Caldwell Jones. The 11-footer, no good. Rebound, Ainge, and swings the elbows. And then he was in a little collision with Jerome Kersey. And Danny was, he's got a little fiery temper anyway. It was broken up very, very quickly. I think we're going to have a technical on Danny Ainge to begin with. And maybe on both of them, Jeff.
Yeah, I think probably on both of them, because Danny Ainge, no question, he was swinging those elbows, and Jerome said, that's enough of that, and just gave him a 2-handed push that sent him about 8 feet sideways on the court, and then it was quickly broken up.
Now the officials are gathering down on the floor. We'll have a decision in a moment. Bennett Salvatore and Tommy Nunez. Ainge looking over Nunez's shoulder. Now they want the players to get away so they can have their own discussion. But Danny Ainge grabbing the ball and throwing both elbows to the left, to the right, collided with Jerome, and Jerome just shoved him back, and then Ainge threw the ball. Now we'll have a decision. Here we go. Bennett Salvador over to the official scorer down below and the public address announcer. Now Ainge is all over Tommy Nunez.
He's going, what did I do?
Are you kidding, Danny? What do you think you did? Here comes the announcement.
Loose ball foul on the Trailblazers, number 30, Terry Porter. His third personal foul, first on the team, and a technical foul has been called on the Celtics, number 44, Danny Ainge.
Huh. So Jerome Kersey gets out of he didn't get anything, and Terry Porter picks up his third personal foul, and there's a technical foul on Danny Ainge. And we better shoot it. Thank you very kindly. Now, after the fact, they're going to do it. I wondered what the heck they were doing down there. The Celtics were going to let it go. They inbounded the ball very quickly. Then it was called by the Blazer bench. And Bennett Salvador said, hey, let's go. Here's the technical attempted by Coulter and made. On the technical to Danny Ainge. Steve Coulter makes the tee, and it's 34-29.
I think order is finally going to be restored here.
Score should be 35-29. They haven't even changed that.
Back into the Trailblazers lineup, replacing Terry Porter.
Now change the scoreboard. Jack goes down there and says, hey, we need all the points we can get. Thank you very kindly. We got it. 35-29. All right, come on, gang. Let's play. All right. Danny Ainge with the ball, and Paxson back in. He's on him. Swinging around at Wedman, and Jerome Kersey steals the ball. Jerome on a drive over the midcourt line. Jerome with the ball. Mercy back out to Coulter. To the top of the circle. To around the top of the circle. Backs it out. Paxson cuts through. Coulter in the left front court. Needs a little help now. Steve with the ball. Popping out. Jones back over to Coulter. Wedman is on him. Wedman the bigger man. Clock down to 4. And Coulter drives in traffic and scores. That's about the only thing he could do.
Well, the Blazers with a big advantage in quickness with the two clubs that are out on the floor right now. That time Steve Coulter, he just drives the middle and just goes blowing in there and makes a nice drive to the hoop.
37-29. Blazers lead. Ainge with Paxson all over him in the corner. Not a great kite. Dropped the ball. Got it again. Back over to Ainge from the corner. Not going to get it. Jerome Kersey skied for the rebound. Outlet pass to Cole with a high dribble to the left hand. To the right hand all the way. Throws it up in a continuation. And he is fouled by Greg Kite, number 50. The 6'11 third-year pro out of Brigham Young.
Well, Larry Bird and Kevin McHale are coming back into the game.
I guess so.
Steve Coulter again just beats his man off the dribble, makes a nice move to the hoop, and he picks up a couple of free throws.
Steve at the line. He scores. He's got 2 points in the game. Make it 38-29. Mr. Carlisle checks into the game. Rick Carlisle, 6'5 guard, second-year pro from Virginia. And Steve Coulter now with 3 points, all at the foul line. Makes it a 10-point Blazer lead, 39-29. 9:48 and counting to go in the first half. Carlisle, Paxson playing away from him, way out three-point area to the right side to McHale. Going to back in on Kenny Carr. Right-handed hook shot, doesn't drop. Steve Coulter the rebound. Gets out of jail, down the floor to Jerome. He's going to bust in on Bird. Stop, shoot, scores over Larry Bird. And what did he say on the bus, Jeff, coming over tonight? Said,
Give me the Birdman.
Give me the Birdman. Well, you got him, Jerome, and down it went. Now, he's on Bird. Bird spins. Oh, we travel with the ball. They're not going to call it. Threw it up. No good. And Colwell Jones tried to corral it. Excellent effort, but his momentum took him out of bounds.
Well, that's tough. The Blazers got good help on Bird that time and had a chance for that rebound and would have been going the other way. Just couldn't control it.
Blazers have their biggest lead at 12. Inbound. They get it to Walton. Turns around. Double pump. Yeah, he traveled again. Yes, sir. And the reason being, Colwell Jones was all over the redhead. Blazers have a 12-point lead. 41-29. 9:06 to go. Coulter, the ball behind his back, goes to the left of the circle. Over to Jerome. Bird is on him. Back out to Steve Coulter. Cross court to Paxson. Baseline to Colwell. Turns around. Is blocked. It's blocked. Walton and McHale were there. And the Celtics get the ball. Carlisle. Down on the floor below. Bounce pass. Bird high up the glass. No good. Ball up in the air. Who's got it? Went to the side and went out of bounds off the hands of Jim Paxson. Can't fault the Blazers' effort, however.
No, you can't. And they didn't get that rebound, but 5 Blazers in the lane that time battling for that basketball.
Bird to McHale. Right-handed hook shot over Kenny Carr. Just like that. McHale says, hey, I was hammered. But he'll always complain anyway. 41-31. Blazers by 10. 8.5 minutes to go. All the gang at J.T. Behringer's on Sandy. Hang in there with us. Coulter again on the drive on the right side. Threw it up with the right hand. Coulter was 7 points in the game. 43-31. They get it to McHale. Caldwell Jones on him. Fade away. Doesn't get it. Rebound. Carr took it away from Walton. Head to Paxson. Spins over the midcourt line. To Jerome off his knees. Corrales spins around to the pivot. Gets it back to Kenny Carr. A chest pass over to Paxson. Back out to Jerome. Swing it over to Coulter. Coulter to Caldwell. Back out to Paxson. Top of the circle. Over to Jerome from 15. He doesn't get it. McHale the rebound. The Celtics. To Seasting. Seasting, the little guy, brings the ball up the floor for the Celtics. To Walton. To Seasting. Intercepted by Coulter. Coulter and Paxson 2-on-1. Over to Paxson and he goes. Scores! And he is fouled. A beautiful play. A steal by Steve Coulter. A 2-on-1 with McHale back. And Paxson gets the bucket and he's fouled, Jeff.
Well, super recognition that time by Steve Coulter on that break. He slows down long enough just to let the defense clear and then throws a nice bounce pass to Jim Paxson, who puts it up and draws the foul. And a good defensive play at the other end by Steve to make that steal on a pass by Bill Walton.
46-31. Blazers lead. And we're going to have a Boston timeout. Timeout is called. 7 minutes, 38 seconds remaining to be played in the half. 46-31. Portland will be back in just a moment.
Not looking for favors, but I'll take the
Boston 1 for 8 from the floor in the quarter. Blazers are 4 for 6. Boston out rebounding Portland to this point 13-11.
Well, very few second opportunities, though, for the Celtics at the offensive end. And Steve Coulter providing a big lift here. He's beaten Jerry Seasting just a number of times, and they've had to take him out of the game.
That's right. Starting unit is in there now for Boston. Bird, Parrish, posted up right side. Back over to Dennis Johnson. Whistle away from the ball. It's going to be on Paxson. Bird to Cutter, and Jimmy just grabbed him. Paxson picks up his first personal foul. Larry Bird methodically will inbound to Danny Ainge. Lobbed the ball to Parrish, and as Parrish got the ball, leaping in the air in front of him, trying to pick it off, Coulter picks up the foul. Their third team foul. Make it second team foul, his third. All right, Ainge back over to Parrish. Parrish with the ball slapped away by Jerome. Parrish gets it back. Back over to Bird. Fakes around Bowie's back inside to Parrish. Bowie got a hand on it, and then Ainge takes it away. He had to go to midcourt for it. Over to McHale. McHale's pass. Baseline to Larry Bird. He threw it over his head out of bounds. And for the Celtics, that is their 7th turnover of the game. Coulter. Back to Bowie. Swinging way left to Steve. Outside jumper, iron. That's all. Kenny Carr, offensive rebound. Kicked it back to Paxson, who was on his way to the other end. Paxson, Kenny Carr, turn around over McHale. Yes, he whipped the twine for 2. Kenny Carr over Kevin McHale. That's his first bucket of the game, but it is now 48-31. Blazers by 17, folks, over the Boston Celtics. 6:35 to go in the half. The Boston Garden on a Friday night. Ainge Johnson, a rifle pass into Bird. Wow, what a pass by Danny Ainge.
Larry Bird is just fighting for position like you cannot believe on the inside, and the Celtics all looking for him down there. Jerome Kersey did a good job until he just finally couldn't hold him off anymore.
Paxson with the ball behind his back over to Bowie. Now to Coulter. Coulter looks inside. Popping out. Paxson swinging over to Jerome. Going to drive on Bird. Fakes, bounce pass inside to Bowie. McHale got a hand on it. There is Bird. Now to Dennis Johnson. They collapsed in the middle and came up with the ball. The Celtics did. Dennis Johnson here to the near side. They screen. He turns, shoots. He doesn't get it. And we're going to have a foul. Loose ball foul on.
Celtics foul was on number 33, Larry Bird.
It's going to be on Larry Bird.
His first personal foul.
That's number 1 on Larry Bird. Third team. Inbound down to Clyde. He's in there. Goes to the middle. Got a left-handed hook shot. Somebody got a hand on it. Ainge has the ball. Back out to Dennis Johnson. To Bird. No before the shot.
No basket.
Foul is on Drexler. Now Clyde just came back in, and he's all over Bird. And Clyde picks up his second personal foul.
Well, Larry Bird is just busting up the court every time, right to the low post, and he's going to try and get the ball in there every single time. Blazers going to need to give Clyde Drexler some help down in that low area.
Johnson, DeBird, low to McHale, kept alive and picked off by Carr. Coulter to Paxson. Paxson on the drive in the right front court in front of the Celtic bench. A bounce pass intended for Bowie. Kicked in a press row off the leg of Dennis Johnson. Blazers get the ball in a new 24. 5:29 to go in the half. 48-33. Blazers lead. Inbound to Paxson. And a whistle. Going to be a holding violation. That's going to be on Dennis Johnson. Boy, that was a mismatch, right? He was on Bowie.
Well, they're running the pick and roll. Good switch that time by Boston. Jim Paxson recognizes it. Sees Sam Bowie's got Dennis Johnson on his back. That is a real mismatch, and he doesn't have any choice but to foul Sam Bowie.
And Sam makes the free throw. He now has a total of 9 points in the ball game. 49-33. Sam with one more with 9 points. The ball is up. Pitch in the air. It bounces around and off. Not good. Paxson corrals it. Stops, shoots from outside. Rips City. All right.
Credit Kenny Carr with keeping that ball alive, and he taps it right out to Paxson, who just buries that baby.
He's got 11 in the game. It's 51-33. Blazers. 18-point lead. Their biggest. Johnson, Ainge. Look at the defense by Portland. Over to Parrish. Pops a little 9-footer, and he's got it. Robert Parrish, who's been rather silent. He's got 4 points in the game. Coulter works the ball in the left front court. Back out to Kenny Carr. Bowie inside to Coulter. Fouled from behind Dennis Johnson, and he's hot. He is hot.
There's a few boos coming out here, Sean.
That's 3 on Dennis Johnson. Celtics are over the limit. It's going to put Steve Coulter at the free throw line. It's 49 seconds remaining to be played. In the half, Steve was 7 points. He's got 8 points in the game. 52-35. Mark it down. 4:49 remaining to be played. Coulter makes it 53-35. Blazers lead by 18. Work the ball baseline to Bird. Put it up. No good. Sam Bowie skies for the rebound. Ahead to Clyde. Gets away from Bird. Clyde dishes off to Paxson. He's going to drive. And he goes back out intended for Coulter. Picked off by Bird and then slapped away by Coulter out of bounds.
Well, that's just a super play that time by Larry Bird. He comes back up the court. He reads the pass by Jim Paxson and just gets in the passing lane, and it goes off Steve Kohler's hands. That's just a great defensive play.
Number 11, 6'2", rookie guard from Michigan State, Sam Vincent in the ball game. Vincent gets it to Bird inside to Parrish. Got by Sam Bowie and rammed it home. Parrish was 6. Paxson takes the ball into right front court. To Kenny Carr. Swing it over to Clyde. Going to drive on Bird. Dishes back to Paxson from outside. No good. Rebound. Parrish. Boston. To Vincent. Vincent pushes the ball up the floor. Under 4 minutes to go. Vincent. Ainge. Ainge. Over for Bird. Gets by Clyde. Stops. Shoots. Scores off the glass. Larry Bird. And here comes a Jack Ramsey timeout. Larry Bird with 10 points. We're down to 3:50 remaining to be played in the half. The score reads Portland 53, the Boston Celtics 39. We'll be back in a moment. 23 for 40. 23 for 40. The Celtics are 15 of 32 from the field. Boston 9 for 12 at the free throw line. Have not gone to the line in the second period. And Portland 6 for 8 in the second period. They did not go to the free throw line in the first quarter.
Well, not a whole lot of fouls being called, period, out there. Good timeout by Jack Ramsey. Boston didn't get to be 17-2 by rolling over and playing dead. Looks like they might have a little run. Portland comes out. They're going to run a play here, try and get another hoop.
Valentine Paxson inside to Drexler. Dishes off to Valentine. Paxson around to Michael Thompson. Fakes, double pumps, gets it over McHale. It's blocked partially to Parrish. Celtics with the ball. They run off 4 in a row. Over to Vincent. He's going to drive all the way. Scores! Sam Vincent. Switch from the left hand to the right hand. Michael Thompson to Clyde. And he goes all the way. Scores at the other end. Ocean to ocean. He got up the floor quickly. 55-41. Blazers lead and the 3-minute mark coming up. Rebounds are even at 14. Vincent with the ball around the horn here to the left side. Sam Vincent to Danny Ainge. Looking for McHale. Goes outside the foul line. Over to Vincent. He wants it. He goes to his right. Couple of dribbles over Valentine. No. Hands it to Parrish. Turns around and pops it down. Robert Parrish from Vincent. 55-43. Here comes Clyde down the floor, trying to put it high off the glass. No good. It goes down to the Celtics. Fast break. Ames to Bird. 20-second timeout, Jack Ramsey. Larry Bird at 12 points, and they're beginning to operate. The Blazers had an 18-point lead. It is now a 10-point lead, 55-45.
Well, a little more patience at the offensive end. Clyde Drexler pushes the ball up the court, which is great. But when you don't have something, then you have to recognize, get it out, then run a play, get a good shot every time you don't have the transition game, rather than a quick shot, especially when the Celtics are starting to make a run. They're coming down, then they're going the other way, and they end up with a basket at the other end.
2 minutes, 36 seconds remaining to be played in the first half. Blazers' biggest lead has been by 18. They had a 5-point lead after one. So Paxson inbounds in backcourt to Darnell. Takes the ball over the midcourt line to the right side. Vincent on Darnell. Now to Clyde. Over to Michael Thompson. McHale is on him. Back out to Darnell. Top of the circle to Paxson. Paxson low to Michael. Right-handed hook shot over McHale. No good. McHale the rebound to Ames. Danny with the ball in the right front court. There we got a whistle, and we're going to have an offensive foul. Parrish. He came down the floor, got into the green paint, and just bowled over Sam Bowie.
Yeah, he just parked himself right in the middle there and gave Sam a shot right in the side and sent him out on the end line.
2-minute mark coming up. 55-45, Portland by 10. Valentine spins around Vincent. He's double teamed. Kick it back to Paxson from downtown. He's not going to get this one. And the ball came down. It hit Larry Bird and went off his shoulder. Larry Bird's going to complain that Bowie had an arm in the way, but Portland's going to get the ball and a new 24. Paxson puts it on the floor to Sam. Back out to Valentine. Under 2 minutes. Valentine around to Michael Thompson. Pick, get it over to Clyde. Clyde, nice pass to Michael. Put it up. No good. In traffic, ball into the side, and there is Larry Bird. And Vincent was there, too. Bird down the floor. Intended for Parrish. The ball too high, out of bounds. Sam got back down the floor. Almost had an interception. But the Blazers get the ball, and up the floor they go. Valentine leading the way. Calling out the play. Over to Sam. Back to the guard. Valentine finds room. Whoops. Stops. Shoots from downtown. He's not going to get it. He should have waited, I think. Bird. The rebound to Vincent. They give the Celtics another opportunity. Vincent. They get it to Parrish. Over Bowie. No good. Bowie with a foul. His third of the game.
Well, a quick shot that time really hurt the Blazers. Parrish starting to try and run the court. Sam doing a good job of getting back, but the Celtics really looking for Parrish, McHale, and Bird inside, and they're just trying to take control of the low post here late in the second quarter.
Blazers have missed their last 5 attempts, and Parrish has not had a good night at the free throw line. He misses the free throw. And he is a 76% shooter on the year. He's 2 for 5 at the line. He is 2 for 6, and Ames, the offensive rebound. So the Celtics keep it alive and could get 2 out of it. Get it to Parrish again. He's surrounded. Gonna back in, turns around over Michael. He's got it.
Tough shot.
Tough shot is right. So they get 2 out of it anyway, and Parrish with 10. A minute to go. 55-47. There's a shot by Bowie from outside, no good. Danny Ainge the rebound, and the Celtics are making a comeback. Ainge, Vincent penetrates underneath McHale. What a pass! And Jack's going to call for a timeout again. That is 3 timeouts in a row, and the Celtics now are behind only 55-49, and we got 54 seconds to go.
Well, Jack trying to do everything he possibly can to break the momentum of the Boston Celtics. The quick shot all of a sudden really hurting the Blazers. Sam Bowie the last time with about an 18-footer after only about 6 seconds go off that 24-second clock. And then the Celtics really busting up the court. They're trying to get their transition game going. And that time Vincent makes a nice penetration and lays it off. Very important for the Blazers to come down, run the offense through a little bit, run some time off the clock, make the Celtics work on defense so that they just can't get the ball off the board and bust out of there. That's how you'll break the Boston momentum.
Celtics have made their last 8 field goals. The Blazers have missed their last 6. So therein lies the story because a few moments ago the Blazers had an 18-point lead, and now it has been whittled down to but 6 with 54 seconds remaining to be played. In the first half, it's 55-49. Right after the game tonight, a quick exit from Boston, Massachusetts, where they're getting ready for the holidays. The city is very, very pretty, decked out in their holiday fair back here in this historic part of the country. And they'll be winging our way to New Jersey very quickly after the game. Get ourselves ready for another road game tomorrow night at the Meadowlands. But they have the mighty Celtics to contend with first. And all of a sudden, they've been mighty here in the last 2.5 minutes. Portland now 24 for 48. The Celtics 20 of 37. Celtics 20 of 37.
Well, the Blazers worked quite a bit today on their pick and roll with Clyde Drexler coming off the pick and looking for Jim Paxson on the weak side. I wouldn't be surprised to see him try and run that right now.
Blazers have only managed 6 wins here at Madison Square Garden over the years. Clyde with the ball, foul on extended left side. There's a Springer. He's not going to get this one. Boy, they've missed their last 7 shots. Bird brings the ball up the floor to Ainge. Three-pointer, yes!
Well, that's confidence for you.
It's 55-52. Blazers only have a 3-point lead. There's still a lot of time. Blazers have missed now their last 7 shots. Valentine, Clyde at the foul line. Dishes off to Valentine. Vincent on him, bounce pass to Clyde, turns up with the left hand. They missed their last 8 shots. But the Celtics couldn't corral the rebound. Parrish went out of bounds. 8 seconds to go, and the Blazers will get one more opportunity. Paxson on the inbound. They get it to Clyde. Clyde into Bowie. Lost the ball. Got it again. Puts it up. Block foul. Parrish from behind. 4 seconds to go. Bowie's going to go to the line.
Well, Sam Bowie just did a great job of just getting control of that basketball because the pass was a little behind him. It actually went between his legs, and then he went up into just a crowd of people and draws a foul. It's going to send him to the line here with only 4 seconds to go in the half.
Sam has 9 points in the game. Here's the free throw. That's not good. Wow, they missed 8 field goal attempts in a row. Now they miss a free throw. Here's Sam's second free throw. That one went down. Boy, did they come up to a dry spell or what? 56-52. Here's Ainge from midcourt. Here's the horn, and the half is over. And the Blazers had an 18-point lead with about 7 minutes to go in the half. And now it's 56-52. Portland, and we'll be back in just a time. Paxson bounce pass to Michael Thompson. Over to Clyde. Clyde to Bowie. Scores.
Perfect pick and roll that time with Clyde Drexler, and very few players play it any better than he does.
And it's now 58-52. Blazers by 6. They draw first blood. Johnson, Ainge. Ainge drives in Valentine inside the foul line. Puts it up. No good. Sam Bowie the rebound. And for Sam, that's his 4th rebound of the game. Head to Clyde. Bounce pass to Darnell. Third on him on the switch. Over for Paxson. Over Johnson. And no good. Rebound. Bowie had it off his hands. Couldn't hang on to it. Bird now to Ainge. Ainge drives. Cross court to Johnson. Valentine on him. Takes him low. And drops it underneath for Bird. He misses the shot. And the rebound, Larry Bird again. And with his back to the basket, he spins it up off the window and down. What an incredible player the guy is. 58-54 Blazers. Bowie from Clyde swinging around to Paxson. Paxson bounce pass, medium low post to Michael. Ball batted away by Bird. Turns around and gets by McHale and lays it in. Tough shot, and nice to see Michael Thompson keep after that.
Nice shot by Michael. He just rolled it right under McHale's arm.
Third, McHale at the other end. His shot blocked by Bowie. Bowie with the ball, threw it in, and went on, and Bowie into the over-press row, but the Blazers up the floor. Valentine leaves it for the trailer, Clyde Drexler. Bowie's okay, gets back up, and he's on the floor. He didn't have to go down the floor. He's still ready for D. Valentine to the trailer, Drexler. Into Parrish at the other end. Fade away, no good. Rebound, Paxson breaks out of the pack. Leaves it for Clyde. Clyde all the way, and he goes. He's fouled going to the hoop. Says Bennett Salvatore. And they're going to call it on Dennis Johnson, I do believe. Yes. And that's 4 on Dennis Johnson.
Well, again, Clyde Drexler just accelerated right past Dennis Johnson, and almost had a chance for a three-point play. Sam Bowie on the play before that made a play that you would only expect of a 6'4" or 6'5" player. He's 8 feet out of bounds over the bench, throwing it backwards over his head to Darnell Valentine, and the Blazers get a layup on that particular play.
And they get one free throw in that case to make it 63-54. Kenny Carr, with a slight knee injury, will not play anymore tonight. Kenny Carr will not play. That's tough news. Ainge around to Dennis Johnson, 17-footer left side. Bingo, it's down. Long pass to Michael. He's going to break, and he goes. Laid it up. No good. Tip in by Paxson, who came lickety brindle up the middle, leaped into the air. Actually was going underneath the backboard, but he's got those quick 45s, doesn't he? Here's Bird at the other end. Starts to drive. Hands to Parrish. Batted away. They get it back to Bird. His outside shot, no good. Parrish, the rebound. Fakes, puts it up, scores. No, he traveled with the ball. He traveled with the ball. The outside official, Tommy Nunez, called that. The Boston bench exploded. Let the Blazers get the ball.
The fans here don't like that one, but a big call by Tommy Nunez.
Michael Thompson and the alley-oop play to Clyde. There it is. And it's 67-56. 67-56, that's the score. 15 points for Clyde Drexler. And I believe we got a technical on Casey Jones.
Celtics head coach Casey Jones.
A technical foul called on Casey Jones. You knew it was inevitable. Either Casey or Jack's going to get one tonight, and Casey got the first one. Paxson will attempt the technical. He does, and it's good. So it is 68-56. 9:14 remaining to be played in the third period, and the Celtics will have the ball in front court. 20 seconds on the clock. Blazers up by 12. Just that quick. Ainge from Bird, back to Bird. Now to McHale. He's double teamed. Back to Ainge from the corner. Three-pointer doesn't go. Bowie grabs the ball away from Bird. And he tried a long outlet pass, but Johnson was back. He gets it. He drives through the green paint. Around Clyde. Clyde gives him the body. And Drexler picks up the foul.
Well, Sam Bowie has really been a force here early in the third quarter, blocking shots, intimidating the Celtics underneath. The Blazers have come out and really reestablished the tempo that they had early in the ball game.
Clyde with 3 personal fouls. Bird to McHale, and McHale is fouled by Michael Thompson from behind.
That's an offensive foul.
Sure it was.
The Blazers foul was on number 43, Michael Thompson, his second personal foul.
Oh, now look at Jack.
Well, they called goaltending on the missed shot. That is incredible.
See, what did I tell you a moment ago? Casey Jones gets the technical first, and Jack was jumping up and down in front of press row. Officials didn't see him. A goaltending was called, and also a foul. Michael Thompson, and McHale will try to convert on a three-point play and doesn't. Bowie up for the rebound. That's 5 for him. 68-58. It's a 10-point game. Valentine brings the ball to the right of the circle. Cutting through. Clyde to get in the ball. Top of the circle. Bird on him over to Darnell. Over guard to Paxson around Dennis Johnson. They double team him. Can't shoot. Over to Darnell. Fakes. Drives to his left. Drops it to Bowie. Put it up. Blocked by Parrish. To McHale. Dennis Johnson. Johnson cross court to Ainge. He stops. Shoots. He doesn't get it. Rebound. Bird. Put it up and in. Larry Bird. It's an 8-point game, 68-60. They've scored 4 in a row. Larry Bird was 17. He's averaging 23-1. Interesting game here tonight. Action from Valentine. Out on top, bounce pass to Bowie. Around Parrish, puts it up, blocked by McHale, and Bird right there as well. They collapsed on Big Sam. Dennis Johnson, Ainge inside to Parrish. Michael Thompson and Clyde were there, one out of bounds of Clyde's arm.
Well, the Blazers trying to get the ball inside to Sam Bowie. He takes it to the well. The Celtics really collapsed in there. Questionable whether or not there's a foul on that play.
Now they get it inbound play to Dennis Johnson. Try to get it to Bird. Clyde up with the ball and a nice defensive effort. Head to Paxson. Paxson on the drive. Right side. Dennis Johnson on him. Back to Clyde. Going to drive on Bird. Hands back to Valentine. Round the foul line to the right side. Shoots from outside. No, not there. Jack did not like what he just saw on the floor that time. Not at all. He got to give it up. 68-60. I don't blame him for being upset. Now, if they score out of this, tough break, Bird underneath, no good. Ball on the floor, it's loose. Johnson picks it, goes to the foul line, and scores. Well, they get 2 out of it, and they shouldn't have. 68-62. Blazers lead, and they have the ball. Paxson back out to Clyde. To Bowie, ball high over his head. Inside to Michael. He starts to drive, and he's fouled. McHale or Dennis Johnson? Let's see. It's Dennis Johnson. Oh, is he hot? That's 4 on him, and 5, excuse me.
Well, that's the third time the Blazers have tried to get the ball inside. This time they come up with a foul call, and I'll tell you, it is really getting physical in the lane in this ball game.
And Dennis Johnson picks up a technical foul on Dennis Johnson, and Jim Paxson will attempt the tee. He lets it fly, and is good. That makes the score 69-62, and Michael Thompson now can try to add a couple of more to it. Both teams with 2 team fouls. Dennis Johnson must come out of the ball game and has something else to say to Bennett Salvatore on his way out. Jerry Seasting into the ball game. 6-1 out of Purdue. Michael Thompson at the line for a pair. He's got 8 points. He's got 9 points now. 70-62. 7:03 remaining to be played in the third period. Michael's second free throw. That one's going to be short. Rebound Parrish. 70-62. Blazers lead by 8. Boston with the ball. Blazers' biggest lead has been by 18. Ainge. Post-up man. Parrish. 0-0. Bounce pass to Ainge. In he goes. Draws the foul. Doesn't score. But had one extra stride on Jim Paxson. And we're going to have ourselves a timeout. Timeout is called by Boston. 6:48 remaining to be played in the third period. It is Portland 70, the Celtics 62, and we'll be back in just a few moments. Well, they got it down to a science, I guarantee you that. They refueled in a hurry. All right, Ainge gets 1 of 2. It's 70-63. Blazers lead. Coulter brings the ball out of the Blazer backcourt. They're moving right to left from our vantage point, high above the garden floor, and with the Boston bench and Portland bench below us. Well, they rip it around to Sam. He tried to drop it inside to Clyde. Not a very good pass. Ainge picked it up down the floor to Seasting on the stutter drive. Back out to Ainge. Back over to Seasting. He's going to shoot from outside, and he rips the court for 2. Jerry Seasting makes it a 5-point game, 70-65. Coulter on the drive. Seasting on him here to the near side. Guard to guard to Paxson. Around over to Clyde. Bird on him. Now to Michael from the foul line. Way short. Ainge got a hand on that ball. McHale, Seasting, Ainge, Parrish underneath. Put it up. No good. Intimidated by Bowie. Here's Clyde. Clyde's going to drive, and he goes. He doesn't get it. Tip in. Bowie misses it. Gets it again. Hits the deck. He is fouled. Seasting was there. McHale was there. McHale helps Sam up. Now they're going to have a jump ball, or what are they going to do? Sam wants a jump ball out of it.
Well, Sam Bowie's just running the court like a gazelle, showing that he can really be a force in this league, intimidating Parrish at one end, and then all the way down to try and follow at the other. Just great effort on Sam's part.
So Blazers get the ball anyway. Coulter around the horn, and he goes running right-handed hook shot, bounces around, no good. McHale the rebound. Boston to Seasting. Through the circle at the other end, leaves it for Ainge. Ainge to McHale. Bounce past to Bird, knocked away by Drexler. Thompson, Drexler, in he goes, and McHale lost the ball. There's Coulter. Back out to Clyde. Fakes, goes to his left to Springer. It drops. It stays. Boston bounce.
That is a great steal by Clyde Drexler, because Larry Bird had position. He just cuts right around in front of him and buries it at the other end.
7-point game, 72-62. Only got a whistle at the other end as McHale takes a shot after the fact.
Well, it's not very subtle what the Boston Celtics strategy is. They're just going to run down the court and set up in the low post, and they're going to work the ball in there no matter what happens. And the Blazers in this third quarter are doing a good job in defending that.
Yes, they are. Sam Bowie comes out. Caldwell Jones will check into the Blazer lineup. McHale's going to go to the line, and Michael Thompson picked up his third personal foul. McHale's free throw, not good. Boy, they have missed a bundle of free throws, and we'll update that for you in a moment. McHale, second free throw. That one's down. He gets 1 out of it. 72-66. Coming up to 5 minutes to go in the third, and the all-important fourth period looming on the horizon. Thompson from Coulter. Back to Steve. Over to Clyde. Penetrates and he goes. Flips it up. No good. Ball came off on the right side to Ainge. Ainge in a foot race with Clyde. Cross court to McHale. In he goes. Lost the ball off his hands. Should be
Celtics ball.
going to be Celtics get it back. Boston 11 for 19 at the free throw line. Portland 12 for 16. They've made 12 free throws so far tonight. Bird quickly inbounds to Ainge. 13 seconds on the clock. Over to Bird. Swing it around the horn to Seasting. Now to Ainge underneath the Walton. Back in. Muscles his way in front of Caldwell Jones as Walton gets his first 2 points of the ball game. He's back in. Coulter, Paxson going to drive on Ainge, and he goes. And Seasting came across to help out and slapped the ball away from Paxson. They've got 16 seconds on a shot clock. Paxson inbounds to Caldwell Jones. Over to Coulter. Seasting really up on him. Over to Paxson. Ainge on Jimmy. Swing it out on top to Coulter. Round the top of the circle to the right side. Backs it out. Lob pass over to Michael. Going to back in on McHale. Pop the little 6-footer. No good. Ball on the floor.
Defensive interference. Put at the basket to Michael Thompson.
Michael Thompson's going to get 2 out of that, Jeff.
I did not see that. I'll have to be honest. I don't know what that call was.
Well, I didn't see it either because they were breaking out of the pack. We'll get a station break in just as soon as we can here. 74-68. Michael Thompson gets 2, so it's Ainge, McHale double team. They get it to Walton inside to Bird off his shoulder. There's Drexler on a drive, and he goes on McHale. He brings it back out, needs a little help as Ainge is on him. Cross court to Paxson over Walton. No good. Tough break. McHale the rebound. Seasting got a 3-on-2. Seasting all the way to the foul line, unloads and scores. Jerry Seasting. He's got 4 in the game. And it's a 4-point Blazer lead. 3.5 minutes to go. Stand by for that station break. It'll get here. Coulter, a pass for Clyde, picked off by McHale. Seasting, McHale, and he goes. He doesn't get it. He's fouled. Walton came in for the tip. Now Walton and Drexler have words. Walton came out of the pack and just pointed a finger at Clyde. Now he's talking to Bennett Salvador. He's, in essence, you better not do that to me anymore. Whatever he did, I didn't see it.
Clyde and Walton had a little mix-up under the Blazers' offensive end, and Walton thinks that Clyde might have maybe gave him a little bit more of an elbow than he deserved. The Celtics get a turnover, and they come down on the transition game, and the Blazers really need to settle it down on the half-court offense and get back in, run the half-court game.
McHale's first free throw dropped down. He's got 16 points. The foul was on Caldwell Jones' first. McHale's second free throw is good. So it's a 2-point game now, 74-72. And the good teams will do this all the time. They just hang in there, and when it's all over, in most cases, you know what happens. Here's Paxson around from Coulter. Put it on the floor for Caldwell Jones. Caldwell to Michael around McHale. He's hammered, no foul. Walton, Bird, breakaway, scores, foul, Coulter.
Well, the game is just getting extremely physical under the basket. No call for the Blazers on that play. And then lickety-split, the Celtics are back on a break. Steve Coulter tries to take a foul, but doesn't get a good enough foul on Bird, and he's still able to put the ball in the basket.
The redhead got hot. I'll guarantee you he got that rebound and the outlet pass, and we've got ourselves a timeout. Timeout is... Now let's pause for station identification. This is the Trailblazers Satellite Radio Network.
Hi, John DeMott reminding you to listen right after tonight's game for Blazer Talk, the post-game edition, on the home of the Portland Trailblazers, 62 KGW, Portland.
Larry Bird at the line to try to complete a 3-point play and put Portland and Boston out on top for the first time, and they do. 75-74, the Blazers down by 1. Coulter brings the ball out of the Blazer backcourt to Caldwell Jones underneath the Paxson, the cutter. Oh, great play, and it wouldn't stay. McHale over to Carlisle. Carlisle back to McHale. Now to Seasting. Swinging right to Bird. A three-pointer. No good. Michael Thompson up for the rebound. Outlet pass to Coulter. Coulter on the drive. Cross court underneath Jerome. And he goes fake. Shoots around Bill Walton. Boy, he took him right out of the play.
Well, that's a nice pass by Steve Kohler all the way across the court. Good patience by Jerome Kersey. Nice fake to get the ball in the basket.
Blazers lead by 1 again, and the 2-minute mark coming up. Seasting looking for Bird. Bounce pass to Bird. Low post area to side. Gonna back in on Jerome. Turns around. Fakes. 3-second violation. Yes, they turn it over.
Well, the Celtics just clear the whole side of the court that time to let Larry Bird operate one-on-one, and he gets in the paint, and he's there too long.
Now 2 minutes and less than that now here in the third. Blazers lead 76-75. We got a whistle away from the ball. That's going to be on Carlisle. Rick Carlisle with a post-up job low with Jim Paxson, and Paxson's going to go to the line. Scotty Wedman in for Larry Bird as Casey Jones goes to the Boston bench. Now it's just Boston's 4th team foul. Inbound the ball. Paxson put it on the floor for Coulter. Back over to Paxson, guard-to-guard, three-point area. Caldwell screens. Paxson goes to his left at the foul line. Can't do anything. Over to Caldwell. Ball Irish head right side. Popping out Kersey. Jerome with the ball. Needs help. Over for Coulter. Coulter goes to the foul line. Fake. Seasting takes the shot. Scores!
That could have easily been a three-point play,
yes,
too.
Yes, sir. It sure could, and it was not called. Jack wanted it called, but it's a three-point Blazer lead. Tough shot by Coulter. 78-75. Blazers lead. Carlisle. Low to McHale. McHale back out to Seasting. Intercepted by Jerome. Fakes left, right, with the ball behind his back. Bobbles it, gets it again, and scores. What a great individual effort by Jerome Kersey. Mercy, he did it again.
What a recovery.
80-75, and the Blazers up by 5. Wedman from outside, no good. Rebound, Paxson down the floor to Jerome, and he goes, rams it home. Rip City, baby. A long carom off the iron. Paxson with the outlet pass, and it's a 7-point lead as Jerome gets back-to-back buckets. 82-75, that's the score. 47 seconds to go in the third. Seasting, Coulter on him, drives him to the paint, foul line area, into the corner to Carlisle. He's going to drive. Here's the ball slapped loose by Jerome. To Caldwell to Jerome, over the midcourt line, 3-on-1 underneath the Paxson, puts it up, no good. He's fouled. McHale, I do believe. And let's see. Yes, it's on Kevin McHale. And the Blazers are going to go to the free throw line. So let's regroup here a minute. 2:56 to go. Walton a big rebound and a Blazer miss. The long pass to Bird. He scored. He's fouled. Celtics go out in front 75-74. Right now it's 82-75 and Paxson at the free throw line. And the score remains the same. He misses the first half of the free throw. Blazers are really charged. Paxson's second free throw. It's down. He's got a total of 17 in the game. 83-75. That's the score right now. 83-75. And we're down to 21 seconds. Celtics going to have to take a shot. Seasting over for McHale. Ball slapped away from McHale by Michael Thompson. Here comes Terry Porter in the ball game, and Jim Paxson will get some rest time on the bench. Good substitution. Inbound to Carlisle. Carlisle takes the little flipper along the baseline and scores. Caldwell Jones into Porter. Porter across court to Jerome. Wedman on him tight. Clock down to 8, 9. Back out to Porter. A three-pointer off the iron. No good. Offensive rebound up and in. Jerome Kersey. Mercy. He did it again. 85-77. Blazers lead. 2-1. Carlisle at the horn. It's no good. We've completed 3 at Boston Garden. And the score reads Portland 85, the Boston Celtics 77. We'll be back in just a few moments. Everybody, and have a good time. Portland leading 85-77, Jeff, going into the fourth.
Well, it's like two good boxers counter. Boston comes back, then Portland closes out with some swarming defense and some great individual effort by Jerome Kersey.
Bird and Vincent back into the Boston lineup. Boston with the ball. They get it around to Bird. Going to drive on Jerome. In he goes. No good. Tip in by Parrish. No good. And the ball came down. Bowie and Jerome are right there, and they couldn't find a handle. And the Celtics are going to get the ball back again. Bird on the inbound play to get it to Dennis Johnson, playing with 5 fouls. To Parrish. They want the shock troops back in, and there it is. Parrish. Turn around Springer from about 8. It's good. Make it 85-79. Porter, one end of the floor to the other, spins it up. Nice individual effort by Steve Coulter. Coulter on the drive to the right side. Parrish picks up the foul. Everybody was covered. He was looking for somebody to dish it off
Well,
to.
Sam Bowie that time, just by virtue of the fact that he sprinted up the court, made Robert Parrish come down, and actually Parrish ended up picking off Dennis Johnson. And Steve really had almost a clear line to the hoop until he got right at the rim, and then with good body control draws a foul.
And cans both free throws. Steve Coulter now makes the score 87-79. 87-79. Blazers once again with an 8-point lead. Bird from the circle. Not going to get it. Porter the rebound. Porter with Kersey and Coulter on the wings. Porter, Jerome, back to Porter, put it up. No, tip in, Jerome Kersey. You know he has scored 8 points in a row.
That is just another great individual effort. A 3-on-2 by the Blazers. Terry Porter can't put it down, and Jerome Kersey with a left-hand tip.
And he's got 12 in the game, and he scored 8 in a row. And we got a foul at the other end. That's going to be on Colwell Jones. That'll be his second of the game. And the Celtics are going to go to the free throw line. Kevin McHale. McHale at the line. He stands at the line right now. Has a total of 17 points. He's got 18 points now. 89-80. 11:02 to go in the game. 14,890. Another sellout here at Boston Garden. Kevin McHale gets them both. 89-81. Back up with an 8-point lead. Blazers. Coulter out to Porter. Vincent on him. Guard to guard to Steve. Coulter with the ball, and Dennis Johnson on him. Over to Porter. Porter baseline pass to Jerome. Put it up. He's got iron. Tip in Sam Bowie.
Sam dunked that one from about 4 feet out. Just reached over the top of Robert Parrish.
He climbed the golden ladder for that one, folks, and jammed it down. He's got 14. Dennis Johnson with Terry Porter on the baseline to double team him. Kick it back to Vincent. Foul on extended left side. He's not going to get it. Rebound Jerome Kersey. And we got ourselves a loose ball foul. That's on Dennis Johnson, and that's all for Dennis. A loose ball foul on Dennis Johnson. He was over the back of Terry Porter.
Well, I'll tell you, Jerome Kersey is playing like a man possessed out there. What great intensity and pursuit of the basketball here in the third quarter and the early part of the fourth quarter.
What did he? Again, we repeat. What did he say on the bus coming over here? We were stuck in traffic. He's sitting right behind me.
He said, "Let me have the Birdman.
Let me have the Birdman, and let me play against the Celtics." Well, he's doing it tonight. Portland with the ball. Coulter, Porter. Brown to Coulter. Get a medium-low post to Bowie. Back to Coulter. A three-pointer. Glass, that's all. Offensive rebound. Who's got it? It is Colwell Jones. He's laying on the floor. He tried to get up on his knees to scramble for it, and he was tackled.
I know, but players were going down like dominoes on that. It is really physical underneath the basket.
10-point Blazer lead, 91-81. Bird, Vincent, back to Vincent. Lane opens up, in he goes, draws the foul on the drive. That's going to be Coulter. Yeah, the lane just opened up with the exception of Steve, and he broke up the middle. And Vincent will go to the line. Terry Porter comes out. Clyde Drexler checks back into the Blazer lineup. Wonder if they'll bring Walton back in. He's in, standing next to Clyde. And Walton talking to him. Vincent's free throw. It drops down. Vincent with 3 points in the game. 9:51 remaining to be played. 91-82. 91-83. That's the score. Blazers by 8. Coulter Guard foot exchange to Jerome. Bird on him. They need somebody on him. Back over to Caldwell. Now to Bowie. Got two big guys in there. Caldwell playing the forward spot over to Jerome Kersey, and he hits again.
And he just shot it right in Larry Bird's face, just turned around and said, take this.
Here's Ainge, and a pass low for Parrish.
Trailblazers foul was on number 31.
And Sam picks up the foul at the low post area. That'll be his third.
Third on the team.
And third team foul. Bird inbounds to Vincent. It's 93-83. Back over to Bird from 19. He's got iron. That's all. And Bowie up for the rebound. Sam ahead to Clyde. Leaves it for Coulter over the equator. Hands over to Jerome. On the guard foot exchange, going to drive on Bird, fakes, hands across to Clyde. Ainge is on him, Clyde at the foul line, double team, back over to Coulter, one dribble, can't shoot. Get it to Caldwell, now to Jerome, he's hot, over Bird, Rip City, two more. Oh my, he's got a total of 16 in the game, 6 here in the quarter. Here's a pass underneath the Bird. Picked off in the air by Coulter. Was on its way out to Clyde. Clyde all the way. And he goes. No good. Bowie, the trailer. And he rammed it home. Sam Bowie and Casey Jones are going to call for a timeout right now. There it is. 8:36 remaining to be played in the game. With a jammer by Sam Bowie and a timeout. It is Portland 97. The Celtics 83. We'll be back in a moment. Blazers have a 14-point lead with 8:36 to go in the game. Jerome Kersey, Caldwell Jones, Sam Bowie, Clyde Drexler, Steve Coulter. Big Caldwell Jones, Jeff, playing a forward spot.
Well, Jack said he was going to do that.
Yep.
And Sam's been such a force in there on the defensive boards and then running the court. Caldwell's got to play Walton.
Now we got a traveling call in Walton for the third time tonight. They inbounded the ball to Bill baseline from the side. He went underneath the backboard. I wonder when they were finally going to call it, and they did on a delayed basis, but the Celtics turn it over. Blazers lead by 14, and they get the ball. Coulter in a foot race with Vincent. Switches to the left hand, now to the right hand. Alley-oop to Bowie. He rammed it home. He skied in front of Walton and Robert Parrish.
Well, that is execution par excellence on that play. Perfect pass to Sam Bowie from Steve Coulter.
99-83, that's the score. And Danny Ainge just bombs a three-pointer. Boy, that'll kill you sometimes, won't it? Blazers were up by 16. Take 3 away now. Bowie from Coulter. Inside to Jerome. Around Bird. Puts it up short. Walton the rebound to Vincent. Turns. Brings the ball down the floor. Cross court to Bird. Bird stops. Shoots. In and out. No good. Bowie the rebound. Ahead to Coulter. Coulter down the floor in the left wing. Finds room. Penetrates up the middle. He doesn't get it, but he draws the foul. He'll go to the line. Steve Coulter.
That's a good example of Steve Coulter. He pushes the ball up the court, gets the defense retreating, then sees he has an opportunity, and then speeds up again and takes it right to the basket, goes right by 3 Celtics and draws a foul. Really good recognition that time by Steve Coulter. Sam Bowie again with another rebound. He is really running the court tonight.
Coulter's free throw is good. The foul was on Sam Vincent, and he goes out of the ball game, and Scott Wedman comes in. Coulter with one more. It's on its way. He's got them both to make the score 101-86. Boy, what a different game from the Atlanta game. Here's Ainge with a missed shot. Rebound Bird. His shot no good. Here comes Clyde freelancing. All slips and falls on the floor. Ball is loose. Diving for it is Wedman. Gets it to Bird. Bird back to Scott Wedman. A three-pointer. No, he's got it.
My goodness. That is a tough break. The Blazers had a 3-on-2 with Clyde Drexler with the ball. Everything you want, and he slips on a wet spot.
So it's 101-89. Back-to-back three-pointers by the Celtics. That'll hold you in here. Coulter around the Bowie pick to the right side. Draws a crowd. Parrish is one. Shoots over Parrish and hits it. Steve Coulter over Robert Parrish on the baseline. 103-89. He's got 17, Steve does. Parrish over Bowie. Not going to be any good. Rebound. Drexler took it away from Walton. Clyde on the drive. Over the midcourt line. He makes sure this time. Turns around. Gets it to the guard. Steve Coulter. Way to go, Clyde. Coulter's sideline right. Ainge is on him. Playing for a little time now. Clocker's their ally. Over to Bowie to double team. Him to Jerome. He's open from 17. Rip City. Yes, sir.
Well, Larry Bird just left Jerome Kersey that time to double team Sam Bowie. Sam Bowie spots him with the pass, and Jerome puts down another jumper.
Now we have a missed shot by Ames. A rebound by Walton and a loose ball foul on Walton. He said he was surrounded, and the Blazers get the ball. Now, Casey Jones has been calling for a timeout, but he'll wait now. Inbound to Coulter in backcourt. Then the 6-minute mark coming up. 105-89. Blazers lead. Coulter over the midcourt line here on the left side. They get it to Clyde in the guard forward exchange down below on the garden floor. Sam sets up the pick. He goes around, threw it over his head to Jerome, and he goes, drops it for Bowie. Bowie back to Jerome, and he goes over Walton. He scores again.
And another nice pass that time from Sam Bowie on a broken play. Jerome Kersey just goes up over the top with a little flipper. He is just playing the game of his life.
And he's got 10 points in the quarter, a total of 20 for the game. Timeout, Boston, 5:39 to go. 107-89. Portland will be back, and Judges have outscored the Boston Celtics 22-12. And you can add to that total, Jeff.
You sure can. If you go back, it was 75-74 when Boston made their run in the third quarter. Portland closes out the third quarter with an 11-2 run. So it's a 33-14 run with 5:39 left in the ballgame.
All right, Bird will inbound to Danny Ainge. Celtics have won 9 in a row. Blazers have only managed 6 wins here. Here's a shot attempted by Bird that Drexler gets a hand on, and then Wedman had the ball and he threw it away. And right there is Kersey over the midcourt line. Gets it back to Coulter. They're going to play again for time. And the 5-minute mark coming up, and you have an 18-point lead.
You bet.
Back out for Michael Thompson. Bounce pass intended for Jerome. Picked off by Wedman. And Wedman had the ball slapped away by Clyde Drexler. Rolls to the far corner. It's saved and kept alive by Coulter. He bats it back in. Clyde down the floor to Jerome. He scores again. He's got 12 in the quarter, 22 for the game, and it's a 20-point Portland lead. Can you believe this? 109-89. Wedman foul on extended left side. Into Kite. Batted away by Jerome, and it went off his foot.
Well, Jerome, he tried to pass it before he had control of it. He had Clyde Drexler completely open. That would have been Dunk City. Goes out of bounds.
It would have been Dunk City and Rip City and everything. Now what? I think KC's been thrown out of the ballgame.
A technical foul has been called on the Celtics head coach, Casey Jones. He has been ejected from the...
Casey Jones has been tossed with 4 minutes and 40 seconds remaining to be played in the game. Casey Jones is out. Jimmy Rogers will take over now. And Coulter at the line makes the technical free throw. So it is 110-89. The Blazers have a 21-point lead and 4 minutes and 40 seconds remaining to be played. Jimmy Rogers will head up the Boston Celtics. Over the years, it's been tough to win in Boston Garden against anybody. Here's Ainge, pops an 18-footer from the right side. Danny Ainge gets a couple. 110-91. Now all you got to do is take care of the ball. Take care of the ball. And the time clock will do the rest for you. Coulter penetrates. The lane opens up. He looked left. He looked right. He checked the clock. Their green paint opened up, and he just went in and scored. And here is Ainge. Dipsy doing all the way at the other end. He wants a foul. He's not going to get it. He is hot at Tommy Nunez. Here comes a technical right now.
That should be a technical.
It's a delay of game warning. I thought Tommy Nunez was going to delay it a little bit and give a technical, which would have been the second one to Danny Ainge, but he holds up. It's 112-93 and 3:53 to go. Blazers lead. Coulter, take care of the ball, boys. Over to Clyde, up the middle, underneath for Michael. He's fouled on the pass off. Oh, the play was there, Jeff. The play was there.
The execution down the stretch here so far has just been perfect by the Blazers, running some time off the clock, and then that time Clyde on the pick and roll with the penetration and the dish off to Michael Thompson. If there hadn't been the foul, Michael would have had a dunk.
And we have ourselves another timeout called by Boston. Timeout, 3:47 to go. 112-93. Portland back. Steve Coulter, 20 points. 9 of them in the fourth period. Here's Clyde at the line. Free throw is good.
Well, Jerome Kersey, not only the points, but some excellent defense on the Birdman. He wasn't kidding on the bus today. Steve Kohler, probably, no question, his finest game of the year. Also, strong performances in both halves so far.
It's a 21-point Blazer lead and 2 free throws by Coulter. Vincent, McHale, ball batted away from behind Michael Thompson. And Bennett Salvatore calls a foul from behind, and most of the 14,890 applauded. Just the Blazers' 4th team foul, so it's non-shooting. 3:39 to go. Inbound to Vincent. Vincent over to Thirdkill, who's in the ball game for the first time. David Thirdkill, playing for his 4th team in 4 years. But happy to be a Celtic, and I don't blame him. Turns it over. Jerome, Michael, palm ball from the foul line extended right side, and he hits that baby. Can you believe that? Now everything's going well. He's got 12 in the game. 116-93. Thirdkill. McHale turns around, and Caldwell Jones got a piece of it. Thirdkill gets the rebound, or the ball that came down, and he's fouled by Jerome Kersey.
We don't see that very often. Kevin McHale, who shoots the ball up over his head with a fadeaway jumper. Caldwell Jones just blocked it. Blazers could not control it, but a heck of a defensive play there by Caldwell Jones.
All right, folks, it's 3 minutes and 10 seconds remaining to be played in regulation time. Thirdkill misses the first free throw and missed it badly. He'll have one more attempt. It's 116-93. He gets that one. 116-94. Caldwell Jones inbounds to Michael Thompson. Back to Steve Coulter. The 3-minute mark coming up. Take care of the ball. That's all you got to do. Play the clock. Bounce pass to Paxson, back in. Get it over to Jerome. He wants it. He's got it. He shoots. He doesn't get this one. Michael Thompson, the rebound, and kicked it back to Paxson. It's the way to do it. Back out to Coulter at midcourt, playing for time. A lot of the Boston faithful have departed Boston Garden here tonight. This stage of their game, Coulter, shot clock at 10. 9 goes to the top of the circle, unloads, nothing but air. Thirdkill, up with the ball. Celtics run it down the floor. Jerome almost had himself another steal. They get it back to Ainge. Ainge into the corner to Vincent. Vincent takes the jumper. He's got it. Sam Vincent. Coulter couldn't get there in time. So it's 116-96. That's the score. And the 2-minute mark coming up in 15 seconds. Paxson from Coulter. Bounce pass to Caldwell Jones. Swinging around to Jerome. Thirdkill on him. Bounce pass over from Michael. Turns around. Takes the jumper. No good. Rebound. Caldwell Jones. They keep it alive. And Coulter says, give it to me. Less than 2 minutes to go in the game. Celtics have won 9 in a row. And they were looking for 10 in a row. The hottest thing in the league, but maybe not tonight. Coulter underneath to Caldwell, put it on the floor, put it up and in, good. They played time off the clock, and Coulter gets it to the old man, and he put it up. And at the other end, in goes Vincent. Finger rolls, no good. Caldwell Jones, the rebound, and he's fouled from behind, and that one's going to be on Sam Vincent. And CJ is going to go to the line at the other end, Mr. Petrie.
Well, with 1:37 to go, it looks like this one's going in the win column for the Blazers, and the Blazers needed a maximum effort from every player tonight, and they got it. They got some great performances right down the line, and we'll try and recap them here at the end of the game if we have enough time. But you talk about rising to the occasion after a poor performance down in Atlanta. This is just a great, great victory. Going to be a great victory for the Portland Trail Blazers.
Jack had a feeling prior to the game, if you were with us. Caldwell Jones free throw, not good. Portland had been 7 for 7 at the free throw line to that free throw. Boston Celtics now will be losing their first game at Boston Garden. Their record will go 17-3, and the Blazers will go 13-10. And pick up a road victory. So hard to come by, as you know. Caldwell Jones misses both free throws. We have a lane violation. Great kite. So Pops is going to get to do it again.
Well, when you get over 35, you should get a free one every now and then.
Absolutely. So he gets one. He bends, CJ. He puts it up. It's on its way. He's got that one. All right. Now we have a timeout called by Boston. So we're going to send it your way one more time. 1 minute, 37 seconds remaining to be played in the game. 119-96. Portland will be back in just a few moments. For 20 in the fourth period. The Celtics 39 of 86 from the floor for the game. 6 for 19. 6 for 19 as Celtics are in the fourth. Ainge will inbound. Celtic for the ball. Inbound to Kite. Back to Ainge. Starts to drive in traffic. Over for Vincent. A three-pointer. He's got it. Sam Vincent from Danny Ainge. Inbound to Coulter. Pressured by Vincent. They're going to hound you now. Coulter in a foot race with Sam on the drive to the right side. Minute 20 to go. Backs it out. Sideline right. Back over for Ken Johnson, who's in the ball game. But we got a foul on the pass off. And so that means Coulter will go to the free throw line with exactly a minute and 20 seconds remaining to be played.
Well, the Celtics have to take a lot of chances on defense, and the game is really over. Blazers really taking advantage of the cheating that the Celtics are trying to do, and just in order to get the ball, Steve Coulter again going to the free throw line.
And he's 11 for 11 at the free throw line for the game. 11 for 11, be 12 for 12. He missed it. 120-99. He'll take the win. And the floor, in goes third kill. He starts to drive, and he's fouled. Now, wouldn't you know it, we're going to have whistle after whistle after whistle. After most of the night, it's been up and down, up and down. Wanted the Birdman, he got him. That's the story. That happened on the bus tonight. That's true. Paxson over for Terry Porter. Under a minute to go. Porter way to the right side. Taking a look. Ball over his head. Shot clock at 1. He lets it fly. He's got iron. That's all. Rebound. Vincent busted off his leg. There's Ainge. Light your cigar, folks. Ainge, in he goes. Back to Vincent. A three-pointer. He doesn't get it. Rebound, third kill. Don't foul him. That's fine. Let him score. That's right. David, third kill. Makes it 120-101. The score is academic, folks. 35 seconds to go. Take care of the ball. Don't let anybody foul you either. No, Porter lost the ball off his hands. There's Vincent. Vincent to Carlisle. They score. So they've scored 4 in a row. 27 seconds to go. Paxson will inbound. Blazers are a little tired now. Inbound to Porter. They played away of the game. Porter to Jerome. He doesn't take the shot. Kicked it back out to Coulter. That's the way to do it. 15 seconds to go, and Vincent fouls Coulter. Come on, Sam.
Well, it's just academic now. No point really even in fouling. The game is over. But Steve Coulter's going to get a chance to add to his totals to an already outstanding basketball game.
So the Celtics, who had won 9 in a row, lose their first game at home and just their third of the year. Blazers on a 3-game losing streak win one here, and Coulter makes one and misses the second free throw. 121-103. 10 seconds to go. Ainge with the ball. He's going to go up the middle. Dished it off to Carlisle. There was the hand of Ken Johnson in the way with 7 seconds to go. So it's almost over, but the Blazers will have won it. It's 121-103 right now. Inbound to Vincent. Tipped away by Coulter. But they get the ball. They get it to Kite from outside. He is glass. That's all. There's the horn. And the Blazers win it here at Boston Garden. The final score. The Trailblazers 121. Boston 103. We'll be back.